So here are some plank progressions for you. So if you want to start in the basic plank, you're going to go onto your forearms and elbows, tuck your toes under, and extend your legs back. So we're going to just keep our body off the floor. You want to pull your belly button towards your spine. Your shoulders and elbows are aligned. Your head is in neutral right here. So you're not looking down at your toes, you're right here. So this would be your basic plank. And from here, if you want to regress and go down to a modification, you go onto your knees like so. You'll see my back hasn't changed. I'm still in that same plane of motion here. It's isometric or static motion where I'm not moving, but that's the whole, so right here. Now if you want to make your plank more challenging, there's a couple of things you can do. Well, there's many things you can do, but here's a few to get you started. So one is just simply lifting the leg. Try not to lift your hips, and you would just hold this foot up in the air. And you could do that for 10 seconds, and then switch to the other side here for another 10 seconds. You could do it longer, as long as you want. Okay? So another one would be then taking an arm away and a foot. So here's the foot. Let me scooch forward so I'm not bumping it. Here's the leg up. Here's the opposite arm right here. And you would just hold that. Another one is holding the arm behind your back. You could lift the leg out to the side, or you could simply just put the foot down. Okay? Now from here, we could go into just tapping. You're simply tapping the legs out. You can pull the knee up towards the elbow. You could do a saw where you're rocking back and forth without lifting your hips. You could pull your belly in so you see, I'm not sure if you could see my hips just slightly raise a little bit. It's not that I'm raising my hips, I'm pulling my belly button in. And I'm almost doing, it's kind of like a crunch, just upside down. And I'm just really drawing my belly in tight. You could go to a full arm plank. This is what you'll see mostly done in yoga, where your shoulders and your wrists are aligned. For me personally, I feel like it's more challenging and better on my wrists to go into the forearm plank. But this is fine too. So another one would be the side plank. And you can go into a full side plank here. Or again, I find it's just very painful on my hand and wrist. So I go into the forearm and I'm right here. My legs are stacked, but you can always take one foot in front of the other. You can put one knee down, or you can put two. And then if you want to make it more challenging and you're on your knee, your leg could come out. And remember, you're in line here. And if you're up here, you want to make it more challenging, this leg would go out. Okay, you could twist, so you could add a little bit of motion to your plank here. And switch sides. Another one you can do, if you're here, is you can, instead of just taking the leg up, you can take the leg forward and back. And there's many you can do. You can get into moving planks and things like that. But another one I wanted to show you is on the ball. So you can start with a ball up against a wall or a chair or something so you've got stability, but the whole point of being on the ball is to create instability. So the more, or I guess let's start with saying the less stability you have on the ball, the more your abdominal muscles have to engage to stabilize you. And remember, the point is to stabilize, bend, or flex. That's what we want to do here with the core, okay? So this is stabilizing that we're working on. So you put your forearms on the ball, your chest does not touch the ball, and you extend your legs back just as you would in a plank. And you just hold that. And my belly is in, my butt is down, and I'm just holding. Now to make it more challenging, you could shift your weight side to side, you could go front and back, or you could do circles. And one thing that I like to do with clients is I'll come over, and it sounds awful and mean, but it's kick the ball basically, and give them that, that, kind of a thing where I'm kicking and then they have to try and resist and stabilize. So those are some things you can do with plank variations, plank progressions, and again, if you're just starting out, go to the knees, just keep that plane, and just do it as long as you can. And the question I get the most is it more beneficial to do the full plank and just, kind of put my butt up in the air, or, just to stay up, or just do it in proper form? And of course, do it in proper form for 5 seconds. So it's much more beneficial to do the form correctly rather than the time that you can do it. So establish the form and then build your time based on that. Practice the form, and then as you get better, and you'll be able to do longer and longer and longer. So I hope those plank variations are helpful to you, and I hope that you'll add some into your workouts. And if you were looking for some ways to kind of kick it up a notch, maybe you've got a few ideas. So as always, thank you, and I hope that you have a plankful day.